So for this video, we're going to be doing an oldie but a goodie. Formally, this combination is very often referred to as sleeper. I'm going to run through it with a couple of variations, and I want to use a few different body types just to kind of see how it's applied. As always, one size does not fit all. You always need to adjust according to the particulars of your situation. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to simply do the combination in the air. If you like to follow along, please feel free. What I'm going to do is I'm going to step forward and slightly to the outside to approximately around 10, 11 o'clock. At the same time, I'm going to do a press with my outside hand, the same hand as the leg I'm stepping with. So I'm going to press. When I press, notice my shoulders, my body turns ever so slightly, okay? And I've said this before that when you practice your different combinations, if there's one thing to just constantly ingrain in your system is that whenever confronted with a situation, you want to have your guard up in some capacity and present less targets of opportunity in terms of whoever you're dealing with. And you could, there's obviously the physical application, but there's also, I think, a bit of a metaphorical application there too, but discussion for another time. So I'm going to step forward. At the same time, my other hand is going to go low. So I'm going to do a palm strike here. And so again, I'm going to step and strike. From there, that striking hand, my right hand, the lower one, is then going to come up, and my left hand to my shoulder to a ridge hand into the carotid artery. From there, I'll shift a little bit more, moving to more of definitely into 11 o'clock, 11:30, bringing my heel up and press in, and then coming around. And then from there, you could turn to your right or step back to your left, depending upon how your attacker moves. So again, I'm here, up, coming around, heel, and then for right now, we'll go this way. So Josh, if I could have you come up. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off with opposite shoulder grab. So Josh comes and grabs my opposite shoulder. So what am I going to do? I'm going to do that step, press, and palm here. Right from there, remember that ridge hand I was talking about? That comes up into his carotid artery here. My other hand comes around. I can come here. Some people like that option, but I like to press in here. I just like having that double hand, two hands on. Positioning myself about around 11:30. This would be 12 o'clock on Josh. And my heel into the back of that knee. Boom, bring him down. Now, you notice Josh's weight is coming into me. I'm kind of backing up a little bit. I'm kind of easing into him, supporting him. If I weren't, Josh, I'm not going to hold you long, but if I came here, you really feel it, don't you? Okay? Now if I press in, pat out when you need to, knee pats out. Okay? So let's put that together real quick. It's here, boom, up, taking him out. Right here, how we doing? Knee pats out. You okay? How many fingers am I holding up? All right, now what I'm going to do is let's turn right about here. No, face me this way. We can catch the other angle on the camera. So he's pressing opposite. So again, when he's pressing, I'm already, that press allows me to kind of turn my shoulders already, and I'm moving in. That strike, I'm going to go abdomen for right now. Obviously, it could be someplace else. My other hand's here, guard up, because I am conscientious of a backswing or an elbow. and then coming in, 2 hands on. It's a little bit difficult with my positioning. Notice my head's kind of tucked in there. I'm not out here. I don't want to be subject to that arm or any flailing motion. And then take it out right here. And I mentioned before, I could take them in different directions. So if I wanted to, I could, if I chose to, for whatever reason, want to take them that way. Okay, thank you, Josh. Jim, let me bring you up. I want to switch now to a partner who's a little bit closer to me in size and weight. And so we're going to move here, coming in, and boom. Now, with Jim, what we're going to do is we're going to switch it up a little bit. Instead of the opposite shoulder, I'm going to have him come more in with a straight punch. Now, what's important is this particular combination, I'm working on, just put your hand up, I'm working on the outside, so it really needs to be a straight punch. If Jim were to come with more of a roundhouse or sucker punch type thing, that puts me on the inside, and I'll move into a different combination. So when Jim comes in with the straight punch, I'm here, pressing, again, striking low, coming up high, locking in. Now from there, and this is why I love working with different partners, as many partners as you can work with, the better, because everyone reacts just ever so slightly different. The more bodies you work with, the better you'll be able to adjust. So I'm here, I'll knock out the base and bring them back this way, okay? And then I'll press in and he pats out. Very nice. Thank you, sir. All right, and let's do that. Jim, actually, I'm sorry. Come on back, buddy. Sorry, sent you away prematurely. Let's do that again one more time, this time so the camera can catch it at a different angle. Punch comes in here at the same time, striking low, boom, coming up, locking, taking out the base. Okay, thank you, sir. And off to the side. Now, I'm gonna ask Ed to come up. As I worked with Josh, who is a slightly slimmer build than myself, Jim, who's approximately the same size as I am. We now want to work with a taller, larger attacker, okay? So in this particular instance, the strike might be coming towards my face. It might even be coming kind of more of a downward motion. Again, Ed, remember we're kind of staying tight on this. If Ed comes to the outside, I'm going to work to the inside and it switches up the combination. So Ed comes in overhead and I'm here. Again, that same press. I'm going to come in and strike here. Now the strike here, see what's happening to Ed's body. And this is why I wanted to use a taller individual. See how much he comes down. That allows me to get this. Now that ridge hand, I mentioned earlier that motion is a ridge hand. The benefit of that is, Ed, I'm not going to hit really hard, but I'm just going to pop a little bit. Okay, can you feel that? Okay, so that gets his attention, and then I can lock in, and then I'm going to take out the base. Right here. How are we doing? Now, all of a sudden, Ed's a little bit closer to my height. How are we doing, sir? All right, and I'm going to just go ahead and bring Ed all the way down. You right there, my friend? Mm-hmm. Okay, so let's come on over here. We're going to get it at a slightly different angle. So again, overhead, here, I'm moving, pressing, striking, ridge hand, get a little bit of a pop, coming in, and then taking out the base, and I'm right there. And I'm going to apply a little bit of pressure, pat out when you need to. All right, very good, my friend. Thank you. You all right?
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. Now, because I don't want Dallas to feel left out, I'm going to call Dallas up. Now, Dallas, we're going to take a slightly different approach. This is going to be a little bit more of kind of a guided approach. I don't know. I'm trying to think of something fancy. Some proper term will come to me later. Tonight when I review the video, that perfect phrase will come to me and I'll be like, oh, I should have said, but that's all right. So what's going to happen is Dallas, we're going to go back to the shoulder grab, but this time Dallas is going to act as if he's had just maybe a little bit too much fun in the evening, so maybe a slightly inebriated individual, okay? Now, the reason why I want to deal with that is not all circumstances demand the the lower strike, the choking out, and everything else. Sometimes a more controlled and directed approach, it will, in the long term, work out for you a little bit better. So Dallas is going to come. He's a little bit kind of more inebriated here, okay? So certainly very annoying, but obviously for me to be is a bit much, okay? But I can still apply these same principles, because what I can do is I could come here, just a little bit of a tap. Now I'm going to go to the inside of Dallas's thigh, just kind of get his attention. Come on up, my friend, and just taking him down right there, okay? Now this is a little bit more precision oriented in terms of what I'm doing, a little bit less, not so much life threatening, but simple press, get his attention, and take them down, especially if they've had a few too many, okay? So we're gonna come over here one more, and we'll do it one more time so you can see from the other angle. Dallas comes in, I'm here. I'm just gonna do that same press. Now notice, I'm doing exactly the same thing, but it's just not quite so detrimental, okay? Thank you, sir. So again, that's just some variations, some exploration of the traditional combination sleeper. I hope this is beneficial. Keep on training, have fun, be safe, my friends. God bless. We'll see you next time.